Tim and I have just been at the Endurance Coaching Summit in Boulder, Colorado with Training Peaks. We just thought we'd worth giving you kind of a bit of a wrap up in terms of what we found was interesting, what was kind of good, and just our feedback really for the whole event, because it really was. I think we both found it pretty impressive, not just from a content point of view, but also the connections you're making, the people you're talking to, the fact that everyone's got that collaborative, inspiring sort of attitude to coaching and life as a coach.
Yeah, this is my second time of attending ECS. I was in Manchester last year, but I think this year, because of the knowledge that I've gained over the last year, has enabled me to get a lot more out of the ECS, as well as attending TPU and the workshops that's been going on as well. They've really worked.
Yeah, I mean, I think the content which came out, we had some of the speakers were incredible. We had Dr. Stacey Sims, who was talking about women physiology and how that differs to men. The tagline of women aren't small men kind of echoed throughout the whole of the event really, and that was sort of a common theme within the event, women in sport and how we can do more to help promote equity and equality and just try and generally make the whole of triathlon a much more inclusive experience, but also endurance sports as well. I mean, there was some great stuff in terms of women's physiology. And
yeah, that was, as Philip said, that was the running theme. Underlying that was about recovery. That was my takeout as well, that recovery was definitely the underlying theme that was coming out as well. Sleep patterns, how important that is to you, and the quality of sleep that helps you to recover, and what you can gain from that. There was Alex Hutchinson that was giving us a great talk as well around recovery, and yeah, there was lots going on.
I think with Alex Hutchinson talk, so he's written a book called Endure, which is definitely worth reading. On my bedside table bookshelf at the moment, and being read. And the great thing about him is he was talking about sport and how performance barriers have been broken. And the takeaway there was it's not about kind of anything physiological. Your legs don't stop because they run out of oxygen, so to speak. It's a conscious decision at some point where the amount that you're suffering or enduring gets so great that you can't overcome that with your mental strength. So that mental strength and being able to get used to that RPE level, which is really high, it is a really key part for performance, and being able to endure and have endurance is just as much, if not more, about the brain than anything else.
And as well as the inspirational speakers, we've had what they called applied sciences, where you get the choice of attending 4 out of 5 possible workshops that you can attend. And in this location, the facilities have absolutely been amazing. So things like run analysis, gait analysis, swim analysis. As coaches, we use this a lot, and it helps to give you those more confidence and tools to enable you to do that analysis quickly, but also in the right way.
And I was also privileged enough to be asked to host a round table, and the title for my one was Placing a Value on Your Time. So looking at coaches and speaking to coaches who are trying to work out how to create their business and make their business really flourish, and there was some great people who were just wanting to find out more and hear what we've done at Try Training Harder, and how we've developed a career pathway for coaches, so that they can see, and it's transparent, and where they can go and what they can do to get there. And it was just amazing talking to these people who really wanted the business to work, and they wanted the business side of coaching to be there. And of course, we're talking to people who are all in a business and coaching summit, really, and they've got that kind of open growth mindset, which is great to see, and talking to people and finding out what their problems are and stuff was great, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And the engagement there was amazing. It was really cool. I don't know which of the round tables you found or went to.
Yeah, there was I think in total there must have been about 10, 12 different round tables, and you had opportunities to was it coaching that you wanted more help with, or was the business that you wanted more help with, or was just understanding the metrics within Training Peaks that could help you do your analysis a lot quicker and more effectively. And if you worked it, you could complement those round tables with the applied sciences that you chose as well. So you could have that running theme for your own self, as you went through the last couple of days?
So I guess I was kind of reflecting, what were my kind of key learning points or takeaways or action points, your classics of consultancy. So what are we going to try and do here? And I think for me, looking across it, I really want to make sure that we are getting that point in triathlon where as coaches, we're coaching women specifically. So we are coaching women. I know we brought in the module for our coach development 2 years ago now, and that's been something we've tried to do more with, and I think well received by the coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally, for myself, I've now taken on a female athlete, and it's different conversations. There's different ways of coaching female athletes, but it's not being shy or afraid of having those conversations around what their needs and wants are as a female. And listening to some of the people that we've had today, Philip's already mentioned them, has given you and me personally some insight into how to have those conversations. And don't be afraid of it, because you'll get more out of it and you'll develop better as a coach as well.
So I think there's two things. So I spoke to Dr. Stacey Sims after a presentation yesterday over a drink, and she was saying, don't overcomplicate this. It's not complicated. It just needs to be talked about, and I think that's a really great thing to take away as a male coach, definitely, but also as a female coach. And that actually links up to what Dr. Stephen Seller said at last year's coaching summit up in Manchester, and he was saying that when you're dealing with female athletes, if you can't have that conversation, you're not willing to have that conversation with them about periods, menstrual cycle, hormones, or issues around that, anything which they're having with their body and their physiology, you should not be coaching them. And I think having listened to the presentations today, doing the work that we've been doing in terms of understanding the physiology of women better, which has not really been done before, definitely within coaching, British triathlon coaching and everything doesn't appear yet in the syllabus, although we've been pushing that with Simon Ward, so hopefully he does a bit more there as well. But I think that's a really important takeaway. If you can't have that conversation with a woman who's an athlete of yours, you should not be coaching them. And I think that confidence to take that forward is great. But I mean, were there any other kind of major sort of takeaways or action points going down that route which you sort of want to take forwards in your own coaching?
For me personally, it's given me the confidence to have those conversations, and I think I would be respected more by the female athlete to actually initiate those conversations, and it shows that I'm willing to help and learn and listen and develop, and I think that will just cement the relationship that we need between athletes and coaches.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. There was so much good stuff. I think the stuff about brain and recovery, as you say, recovery was a big focus in that one. And there's some other presentations and talks I didn't get to see, but that recovery and mental strength and some other things coming out of their themes, which were great. But I think working with women and trying to promote that generally within the sport of triathlon, so not just coaching, but also just generally kind of making sure there is equality there or equity, kind of learn differences between those two. I think I'd also sort of say that recognising that coaches all have very similar problems, and that actually as a coaching company based in the UK, obviously I want to see coaching flourish as an industry. So kind of helping other coaches as much as possible and trying to open those conversations and be a collaborative group of individuals, because I think we can do some great things with the sport, with the athletes, and I think for me those are the two takeaways: collaboration and then helping women or working with women to help that vision of women in sport of endurance or endurance sports and triathlon.
Yeah, and I think what came out of attending some of the applied science workshops was don't overcomplicate things, keep it simple. We've heard the KISS analogy, keep it simple, stupid, and that was just exactly as it came across. Coach what you see, don't overcomplicate what you're trying to do. And it is athlete specific, depending on what their goals are. Of course it is, but you've got to start, just keep it nice and easy, nice and simple, and you'll develop a lot faster as a coach with that athlete.
Yeah, I guess, just from Training Peaks have hosted us very well, so I guess
we've got to say
thank you
that.
to Training Peaks. But also, it'll be on in London next year, so we'll definitely look at being there and being present. So if you're an athlete wanting to learn more, or coaches as well, take the time to come to one of these events because they're really worth it. So shame though, because Boulder's pretty
Boulder's
pretty
been
good,
great.
isn't it? We've had some fun finding, I like your comment of finding my lungs and finding my legs. Definitely altitude's fun here, so maybe not quite as much extreme training in London, but we can see what happens. But yeah, thank you very much, and see you soon.
Absolutely. Hopefully see you in London next year.